to the point, I want to immediately cut across to the latest news break that we're getting in, and this is huge because the Allahabad High Court today, when it heard after taking suo motu cognizance of the Hathras incident, it had called upon UP officials. It has clearly blasted the Uttar Pradesh police in observations, and I want to add the Allahabad High Court said directly to the Uttar Pradesh ADG Prashant Kumar. This was directed to the ADG, and the High Court has said if it was his daughter, would he have cremated her in the middle of the night? The High Court went on to say, would you have allowed this if the girl was from a rich family? We have the same rights for all. The High Court today, in its observations, as scathing as they get, taking on no one else but directly the ADG of Uttar Pradesh, Prashant Kumar, asking him directly, if this girl was yours, if this girl was your daughter, would you have cremated her in the middle of the night? Would you have not wanted to see a last glimpse of your daughter before you cremated her? All of this, where today the hearing has been shifted to the 2nd of November, but not before the Allahabad High Court, which had taken suo motu cognizance of the incident, made some very, very scathing observations, and one of them is directly leveled at the doorstep of the Uttar Pradesh ADG, Prashant Kumar, directly asking him, what if she was your daughter? If she was yours, would you have cremated her in the dead of night? The High Court then went on to ask, what if she was a VVIP's daughter? What if she was a rich person's daughter? Would you have done the same? Aren't rights equal for all? I want to connect right now to my colleague Abhishek, who's joining us right outside the High Court. Abhishek, very short scathing observations made on day one of the Hathras hearing today, not leveled just at the Uttar Pradesh police, but directly at the ADG, Law and Order, Prashant Kumar, asking him, if she was yours, if this girl was your daughter, would you have cremated her in the dead of night?
Absolutely, Preeti, and it is very important development on this story that not only the High Court has taken the cognizance, they have recorded all the statement, but also asked very big questions to ADG Law and Order about the kind of treatment given to this whole case. Victims, the victim's family, we have seen on camera, have been very vocal about the kind of treatment they were getting. First, DM coming onto their doorstep, trying to build pressure on them. Then at the middle of the night, cremation happening there. They were not even allowed to go near to the body or to attend the that last ritual. And the way it was done, High Court also raised question about, is this the way to cremate the last rites? Is it the way? And he specifically asked also, had that been your daughter, would you have done it? So clearly the High Court seems very angry on all these issues, and they've asked, recorded all those points, and on the next hearing of 2nd of November, the government will be presenting their side on the whole issue, what they have to say.
Abhishek, take us back. These observations today made not just on the Uttar Pradesh's police. This observation was asked directly, where a question was asked in that observation of ADG Law and Order, Mr. Prashant Kumar. Number one, he was asked, what if she was your daughter? Would you have cremated her in the middle of night? Number two, would you have cremated her without seeing her face? Number three, what if it was a rich man's daughter? What if it was a VVIP's daughter? Would you have done the same? These are scathing observations.
Absolutely, and that is the biggest question here, Preeti, because the administration and the ADG Law and Order himself has said that, in order to maintain the law and order situation, they did it, and they were thinking that there was a chance that this could go to another level, and it's gonna be very difficult for the local administration to control the situation. But that's not a substantial argument to make, because every family has a right to perform that last ritual, no matter what caste, creed, color, religion they come from. And this whole mishandling has been pointed out by the justice, both the justice, and they've made it answered very, straightforward.
Abhishek, very quickly before I move on, I want you to tell us the observations made where the DM was concerned, because the DM was also asked very clearly on the statement of the Bhabi, where the Bhabi has said that the DM told them that if she had died of COVID-19, it would have been different. You could have got compensation. On that as well, there was a scathing observation made.
Absolutely, and one-on-one, we have seen in this whole case how there is a big lapses within the structure, and all the administrators who were responsible to take this case in a proper way had miserably failed, and specifically Hathras DM, the kind of we have seen the video leaked out, and the way he was treating the family, asking him, well, you have got the compensation. What if she died by COVID-19, and all those things that High Court has taken the cognizance of all of them, and they've recorded all the statements.
Abhishek, we are going to end this here. The next hearing is on the 2nd November. It was very short today, very, very short. But an observation bigger than this could not have been made. It's not just